I pay. Ain't got no kids, but I still slide with the Donnie Dutters, baby Drake. Ain't too big, but wait till you see this shit gon' guy, you'll think it's a cake. Too gone, shit on top of my phone and make niggas say no way, and I made it.
Alright, twins, and B, you know what I'm saying? Morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, those are my twins, you know what I'm saying? We got something a little different today. Nobody dropped this in the comments, but I seen this pop up in my recommended, and I'm interested, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all put me on the bro music a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I mess with bro music heavy, I ain't gonna lie. And I never really got a story, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Y'all always kind of mention this story a little bit, but I never really got his full story, you know what I'm saying? So, let's go ahead and tap in, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure this is about to be a W video. So, drop a like and drop us up, you know what I'm saying? We upload every day, most of the time. Today, you know what I'm saying?
I was dreaming about this is a look with me and my cutties and shit. But I didn't really believe this shit from the crack off for real.
I told you I'd be back. I told you.
All in all, man, you just want motherfuckers to get to know you and the art you putting out. I ain't the best rapper in the world, man, but you know, I do me. But really, bro, all we doing is trying to feed our family and nigga get the fuck on for real. I'm the guy to holla at. And I'm a king, bro. I handle what I gotta handle. And I'm so 100-proof. Until nigga they pull this motherfucking cord. And we gonna keep going hard too. Can't go hard no more, so shit. Might as well get used to it.
Yeah, man. Oh, Peter, bro. That's crazy.
Might as well get used to it.
That's crazy, bro. Man.
He was a family man with 3 kids who adored him. He believed in loyalty over everything, and his presence brought a crew of wild gangsters and big personalities together to get hundreds of millions of streams while selling out shows across the West Coast. He dropped bar after bar of quotables that still resonate to this day and go viral on TikTok every year. But just as he was about to blow up and take his signature sound to the mainstream, the streets caught up with him. On August 5th, 2022, Stockton rapper young Slo-Be was found shot dead in an apartment complex in Manteca, California. Before it even hit the news, the streets were on fire with rumors and speculation. Was it a setup? Did his enemies catch him lacking? What really happened? This is the true story of young Slo-Be. Not just what happened to him, but what he was building before he was taken. How his impact continues to shape a generation, and the truth behind his historic rise, told by the Thizzler team that was right there with him. Deshaun Jaquay Victor, aka Young Slo-Be, was born on June 2nd, 1993, and raised in Stockton, California, on the southeast side, specifically Nightingale Avenue, on the 2100 block. That wasn't just where he lived, it was who he was. His neighborhood became a core part of his identity, his sound, even his ad-libs. The 2100 block was also the birthplace of Stockton's infamous EBK crew, with artists like EBK J-Bo, EBK Young Jock, EBK Trey B, and EBK Juvie, all living within a few blocks of each other. But EBK didn't start as a rap group, it started as a brotherhood.
And what does 2100 represent? What does that represent?
Nightingale, Southeast Stockton, man.
So are you part of the EBK camp?
No, ABK Hot Boys is a rap group, feel me? They from my hood, though, my little brothers, feel me? We EBK in the streets, man.
A tight-knit circle of kids were growing up in survival mode. EBK Osama, one of the founding figures, gave it the name Everybody Killa. Not as a call for chaos, but as a mentality. If you're not with us, you're in the way. Slo-Be was almost like the big brother of the young crew. He was a figure that would always push the group forward, helping squash internal beefs and keeping everybody focused on one goal, making it out of the streets with music. Growing up in Stockton meant growing up fast. It's a city with talent, pride, and community, but also poverty, gangs, and violence. Slo-Be was surrounded by both. Growing up in Stockton meant growing up fast. It's a city with talent, pride, and community, but also poverty, gangs, and violence. Slo-Be was surrounded by both sides of that reality from the beginning. He was raised mostly by women, strong women. His mom held it down and he was close with his sister. But his relationship with his dad was complicated. His father had been part of the Stockton rap scene back in the day, but moved to San Diego when Slo-Be was young to work on music with his uncle, a rock musician who went by the name Effin' McCoy. Slo-Be would visit San Diego to stay with his dad every summer. In fact, it was in his dad's studio that Slo-Be recorded his first songs. When he was little, he'd sneak in when no one was around, lay down vocals, then intentionally leave the computer on, hoping his dad would hear it. That's where it all started.
But that don't make me Gucci, man. Which is a day go. I ain't from Mexico, but I love peso. That was Slo-Be one. Y'all niggas know that. Not much though. I'm gonna sign out, man. Just trying to let y'all know what I was doing. That's it. Peace, man.
He didn't grow up dreaming of being famous. He never really had an idol. He had to be one. Music was always around him, calling to him. At first, he would just record for fun, uploading tracks to YouTube with no plan, just raw energy. He advertised a couple of his early drops on Thizzler's YouTube channel before he figured out his sound. He didn't even tell people it was him rapping at first. He wanted to see if the music could speak on his own. And eventually, it did.
Yeah, man. Stay original. Be yourself. Be yourself. That's the key. It's cool to have a favorite rapper and be influenced by somebody. I'm not saying don't do that, but it's like, nigga, so make sure you just be yourself. Yeah. We gonna go a long way.
In 2018, everything started to shift. Slo-Be dropped a song called Smirkish Ways, and it caught fire in his city. It wasn't backed by a label or marketing push, just raw talent. That song was the first time a lot of people heard him and thought, okay, this dude's different. He was on the infamous EBK anthem with the EBK Hot Boys Osama, Juvie, Trey B, Pay West, and of course future stars EBK Young Jock and EBK J-Bo, which was the starting point for EBK's rise as a rap crew. In 2019, he dropped his debut mixtape Slo-Be Bryant, and from there, he started building momentum the independent way. Project after project, visual after visual, no radio, no major cosigns, just consistency. After the Barona mixtape, Thizzler reached out to do a partnership. It started with just one tape, the iconic Slo-Be Bryant 2, but after the success of that project, Slo-Be decided to extend the partnership, and Thizzler would release all of Slo-Be's music from that point on, working closely with Slo-Be and his brother Vic on strategy, marketing, and creative direction. On Slo-Be Bryant 2 came This Ain't None New, a posse cut featuring EBK Young Jock, Briss, and EBK Juvie.
Like a butterfly.
Briss, yo, hey, buddy was tough, I ain't gonna lie. He was so tough, bro.
Marketing and creative direction. On Slo-Be Bryant 2 came This Ain't None New, a posse cut featuring EBK Young Jock, Briss, and EBK Juvie. It wasn't just a song, it was a moment. The energy was wild, the chemistry undeniable. NorCal had just lost a legend with the passing of Sacramento rapper Briss, and that song was one of his last features, giving the fans a much-needed new verse. A few months before, Slo-Be was also featured on Keep It PZ's song, Starting Lineup, along with EBK Young Jock and MB Nell, another rising star in the city who would eventually become a bitter rival. The songs captured the heartbeat of a new Stockton movement, and Slo-Be held his own next to the Northern California rap scene's hardest new voices. But in the streets, things were heating up too. Stockton Police, the California DOJ, and the San Joaquin County DA launched an investigation into EBK, labeling it a criminal street gang. 9 alleged members were arrested in connection with violent crimes, including murder. To law enforcement, this wasn't just music. It was a movement they believed was tied to real street activity.
Stockton police say they've reached a milestone in an operation targeting gangs in the city.
Yeah, at the same time, community leaders are saying there's more work to be done.
At the same time, Stockton's rap scene was heating up, and so were the tensions. EBK's rivals included crews like the Fly Boys, represented by artists like J Black and Bands, Muddy Boys, represented by artists like MB Nell, and the Northside Gangsta Crips, who were represented by artists like Haiti Baby. Disses in music turned into real conflict. Social media posts became warnings. The line between entertainment and retaliation started to blur. Finally, in 2021, it all clicked. He released his album Slo-Be Bryant 3, which featured hit after street hit. The single Unforgivable connected Slo-Be with LA trendsetter Draco the Ruler for a gritty street anthem that is still popular to this day. 2 fallen legends in their prime over a Pooter 2100 beat made for a timeless classic with a lot of replay value. The album had Slo-Be's EBK family all over it. EBK J-Bo, EBK Young Jock, Trey B, Juvie, and Durkio all made appearances. But it was I Love You, a haunting melodic song with bars that were instantly relatable to all the city boys and city girls out there that exploded on TikTok.
Do you love me, baby? I know you love me, baby. Yeah, I cheated on you. Can you trust me, baby? I have 2 kids with me, now you stuck with me, baby.
Suddenly, a rapper from Stockton with no mainstream exposure had millions of people around the world mouthing his lyrics.
Do you love me, baby?
By 2024, the song had over 5 billion plays on TikTok alone.
When you finna let me hold something. Do you love me, baby? I know you love me, baby.
Even as the attention grew, he stayed in Stockton, still moving the same way, still rapping like it was personal, because it was. But for the first time, it looked like young Slo-Be was about to transition from underground artist into a real star, the kind of success that changes lives. He released his final and most polished album, Southeast, on June 24, 2022, to critical praise. He was finally recognized as one of the hottest new voices in the West Coast rap scene. He had a release party in Los Angeles that A&Rs from major record labels came to so they could see what the big deal was. Stars like Meek Mill, Coi Leray, G Herbo, and more showed him love. After years of grinding, young Slo-Be was finally ready to move up to the big leagues. But sadly, less than 2 months later, it was all over.
My full twins, we back. Me log back in.
Leagues. But sadly, less than 2 months later, it was all over.
In what would be his last post on his verified Instagram profile, rapper young Slo-Be is seen visiting a Stockton business where his sweatshirts and t-shirts were sold.
On August 5th, 2022, at approximately 8:17 a.m., Manteca police responded to reports of a shooting in an apartment complex on the 100 block of Trevino Avenue. There they found 29-year-old Slo-Be suffering from multiple gunshot wounds with his jewelry still on him. He was rushed to a hospital where he later died. Authorities stated the shooting didn't appear to be random, but didn't provide many details publicly. 3 years later, no suspect has been identified or arrested. Police released an image of a black Mercedes-Benz thought to be connected to the shooting, which they later located in the nearby city of Tracy. The case remains unsolved. Some say he was in Manteca visiting a girl.
For real though? That's crazy.
Publicly. 3 years later, no suspect has been identified or arrested. Police released an image of a black Mercedes-Benz thought to be connected to the shooting, which they later located in the nearby city of Tracy. The case remains unsolved. Some say he was in Manteca visiting a girl. Others believe he was meeting up with someone he trusted, maybe too much. In the streets, trust is complicated. Sometimes it's not your enemies you have to watch, it's the ones who know your routine. There were whispers that it could have been gang-related, targeted because of his affiliation with EBK. It could have been someone who he had street beef with that finally caught up with him, or maybe someone who saw his success and was jealous of it. The way the shooting went down, early in the morning, no warning, no robbery, felt deliberate. Like whoever did it knew exactly where he'd be. Whatever.
Crazy. They ain't even want to. He had his chains on. Oh, that's crazy. Damn, bro.
Maybe someone who saw his success and was jealous of it. The way the shooting went down, early in the morning, no warning, no robbery, felt deliberate. Like whoever did it knew exactly where he'd be. Whatever it was, real ones didn't need a news outlet to confirm it. The streets already knew. Posts flooded Instagram, comments turned into memorials, rumors started flying. Was it a setup? Was it beef? Was it someone from outside his circle, or someone close? While the world asked questions, 3 children lost their dad, a close-knit family lost their son, Stockton lost one of its realest voices, and the original EBK rap crew lost the glue that held them together. Fans turned back to his music, listening to lyrics that now sounded prophetic. Don't Come to My Funeral, the final track of his Southeast album, and the last music video young Slo-Be ever shot, was already a fan favorite, but now it hit different. Lines like, I already know I'm going to hell, shut the fuck up, and even if I'm dead, haha, had conspiracy theories spreading like wildfire. Ominously, before Slo-Be passed, the music video for Don't Come to My Funeral had been scheduled to drop just days after his death, but out of shock and respect, Thizzler and Slo-Be's family decided to push it back to a later date. Even though he's gone, young Slo-Be's voice never left. You still hear it in the cars sliding through Stockton, in the TikTok still going viral by quoting his bars, in the new artist borrowing from his sound, not just the whisper flow, but the feeling behind it. Calm, dangerous, vulnerable, real. He showed that you didn't need to yell to be heard, that pain could be flipped into poetry, that you could be smart, funny, traumatized, and proud, all in the same verse. Young Slo-Be led by example, not with ego, but with love. He put on for his kids, his family, and his EBK brothers, and never asked for anything in return. He just wanted to make sure the people around him were doing good. Slo-Be never switched up, and that's what made people ride for him. But sometimes, being too real comes with a cost, and he paid it. What if he had lived? What would that next tape have sounded like? How far could he have gone?
That's crazy, bro. W video, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that was a W video. Drop a like, drop a sub. If there's any more videos like this y'all want me to watch, man, go ahead and drop it in the comments. RIP to bro. RIP to everybody else in that video too, because there was definitely some other niggas in there that was on their way up too. I ain't gonna lie, for sure. That's crazy though, bro. Bro made some good music, bro. Anyways, let me know if there's any songs y'all want me to react to by him. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Let's see y'all niggas in the next one, bro.